Good morning, Divyata. Good morning, Avni.
Good morning, ma'am.
So, how are you? After many days, we are meeting each other. Everyday commerce class is getting missed.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Divyata. Okay. Great.
At least I was missing the commerce class.
You are missing? Great. Nice to see you all back today. There, Meet has also joined in. Good morning, Meet. So you've seen yesterday in the meeting, the portion for the test is the first, second, and the third chapter. Okay, so start
Yes.
preparing the first, second, and third chapters. Who all are left to come in? Muskan and this one, no?
Krishna.
Krishna. Zara is also not yet joined in. Just wait.
Yes, ma'am.
2 minutes are left. We'll start at 11:45. I'll just wait for 2 more minutes. So did you all go through the chapter, capital and revenue expenditure? Till now, any difficulties with it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll be starting with capital and revenue receipts today. And the last part of the chapter is left. I think we should manage to finish today because the major portions we have covered. Okay, that is capital revenue expenditure. And also we have finished with deferred revenue expenditure. I think that is the last we did, right?
Yes.
Gap because last 4-5 days we had no class. So we'll be trying to finish it today. And the next chapter which I will be taking up is recruitment. That's also a nice chapter. You all will enjoy doing. Who's left? Muskan is coming also. Meet, I cannot see you. Please put on your video. I can see Muskan. Muskan is just suddenly gone off. Zara is still today. Zara is coming. Krishna, where's Krishna? He's also not yet joined in. It would have been better, no, Meet, if we would have started the class at 11:30. You would have got 10 more minutes break between the next class. Instead of starting at 11:45. Now you will have no break between this one and the next one.
Ma'am, next class is free for us because there's bio.
Next class is bio, 12:30.
Yes.
Oh, next class is free for you. No wonder you all were saying 11. I was wondering that why these people don't want a break and they want to start late. Okay. Then it's okay. Then there's no tension. Fine. Next class is free for you. Okay. So let's come to now capital and revenue receipts then. Okay. We did this. Then we did this. 1 second. All this we finished, right? I discussed all this with you. Even deferred we did. Revenue treated as so this is where we are going to start today. So any difficulty with deferred revenue expenditure, anyone? Anything to ask? No? Clear? Okay, great.
Yes.
So let's start then. Was Krishna there for the other classes?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Then why he has not joined in yet? Let me see, everyone is there. Avni, Dibyata, Meet, Zara. Zara, good morning. Muskan. Okay, so only Krishna is missing. So I'm starting.
Ma'am,
Capital receipts. You have anything to say? Yeah, tell me, Muskan.
Krishna came late for ICO also.
Okay. Anyways,
He
I'm
said
happy
that he has a
to
network
start
connectivity.
already grade 7 class coming up, so I'm not going to waste any time. Right. Capital receipts. Okay. capital receipts. Now, what are capital receipts and how they are different from expenditure? Expenditure, we spoke about that capital expenditure is the expenditure whose benefit is going to be exhausted in more than one accounting year. And it is non-recurring in nature and it is treated as an asset in the balance sheet. This is what we had spoken about. So
Yes, ma'am.
capital receipt is just the opposite of capital expenditure. It is also non-recurring, but it is nothing but an additional capital that is being raised in the form of loan, okay, by the firm, and money that is obtained by selling fixed assets. So in capital expenditure, if you remember, I told you there is an increase in the asset. There is a purchase in the asset. There is an acquisition of the asset. Here it is just the opposite. The asset is being sold out. The asset is being reduced. There is a reduction in the value of the asset. There, money was being spent, but benefit was being, you were getting benefit in the next accounting year. Here,
Yes.
money coming in, there is a cash flow coming in, but a liability is being created because that debt you have to pay later. Okay, say I am taking a loan from, if I take a loan as a business firm, my cash flow will increase. So it's a capital receipt for me. Where will I show it? I will show it as a liability in the balance sheet because this is a debt of the firm which has to be paid later. So capital receipt creates a liability. Capital expenditure creates an asset. Capital expenditure increases the value of the asset because it results in the acquisition of asset. Capital receipt is just the reverse. It increases the liability and reduces the value of the asset. Both are shown in the balance sheet, but capital expenditure on the asset side, capital receipt on the liability side. Both are non-recurring because they are not repeatedly done. It's not that every day I'm taking loan. It's not that every day I'm buying an asset. I hope I'm being totally clear to what I'm telling you. Now, what are the examples? Amount received by way of loan. Capital raised by issue of shares and debentures. When we buy a share or a debenture, we are raising the capital of the firm. When we are selling any investment or asset, the money that is coming in. Even live subscriptions and entrance fees received by a club. Generally, any membership of a club, every time you have to keep paying monthly subscriptions. Or like you become a member of some newspaper. So you give monthly subscription. That is an inflow of money for the business. Even if government gives any grant or any endowments to the business, it is treated as a capital receipt. Yes, tell me, what's your question?
Ma'am, Krishna is in the waiting room.
Krishna is in the waiting room. Oh, okay. Okay, you should have told me. I have not admitted him yet. Wait. But it is showing that he is admitted. Okay, wait 1 minute. Has he come in? Krishna, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I can see him, but he's not answering. Krishna? Okay. Right, so till now, anything to ask regarding capital receipt? Not clear? Anything to ask me? Please tell me. Not clear? Muskan, easy?
Yes.
Divyata?
Yes, ma'am.
Meet understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
No confusion. Okay. Zara, anything to ask? Avni, clear totally capital receipt? Okay, fine. So have you understood how it is the opposite of capital expenditure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so which one is creating a liability for me? Capital receipt or capital expenditure?
Capital receipts.
Capital receipt. Okay, which one is giving me benefit in future?
Capital expenditure.
Okay, clear this much? Okay, which one is bringing about increase in the value of fixed asset?
Capital expenditure.
Capital expenditure. Which one is bringing about reduction in the value of asset?
Revenue.
Capital receipt, because you are selling off the assets. So the assets are going out of the business. Here there is a cash inflow. There is a cash outflow. Okay. Next one we are going to go is revenue receipt. Okay. On the other hand, revenue receipts are the receipts obtained during the normal course of business operation. So revenue receipts are always recurring in nature, very important. Just like revenue expenses, revenue receipts are also, what are they? They are recurring. How now? What kind of cash inflow you will get in revenue receipt? Like sale proceeds of goods and services, interest coming from some source, dividend received by way of shares, or rent receipt. They all come as examples of revenue receipts. So those receipts which we are getting in the normal course of business come as revenue receipts. These receipts do not create any liability for the firm. If I receive interest, is it creating any liability for me? Or I'm getting dividend by way of shares? It's not creating any liability, nor it is involving any reduction in the value of asset, but it is increasing the income of the business. Moment you get an interest or you receive any money, it only increases your income. That's what revenue receipt does. Where do we put revenue receipt? On the credit side of the trading and profit and loss account. Remember, where we put revenue expenditure as an expense in the trading and profit and loss account. So this is being showed as an income in the trading and profit and loss account. What are the examples? Amount received from sale of goods, okay? Or the total sales during the year, interest and dividend received, commission received, rent received. Easy, just opposite of revenue expenditure. Anything to ask me? Not clear? Please ask, because I'm going to show an illustration after this. Muskan, clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, but your voice is breaking.
Okay, Krishna, I hope I'm being clear to you. Zara?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great, fine. Now you're going to answer some questions regarding capital receipt and revenue receipt. Let's start. I'll just do a slideshow. Okay, let's start. Okay, state with reasons whether the following expenses are capital receipts or revenue receipts. We'll start with Divyata. First one, sale of investment worth 5 lakh rupees. What will it be?
Ma'am, can
Revenue
I?
receipt.
Yes, tell me, Divyata, I'm listening.
It is revenue
Why?
because we are selling off the installment.
Ma'am,
Someone else apart from
Ma'am,
Divyata?
Capital,
Why Krishna capital?
ma'am, because we are investing money.
So, why is it a capital receipt? Meet, yes, you wanted to say something?
Ma'am,
Yeah, I'm
Ma'am.
listening. Please answer.
ma'am, it is revenue because it is a source of income. Like if we are selling some goods,
No. Moment I'm selling an investment, my asset is going down. There is reduction in the asset and cash is coming
ma'am, it's
inside the
revenue.
So whenever there is a reduction in value of asset, it is never revenue. It is always capital. If you remember, before we go to the illustration, please look at the first line I told you. This receipt involves creation of a liability or reduction in the value of fixed asset. It is non-recurring. There is capital being raised by way of loan by the firm and money obtained from sale of fixed assets. So whenever an investment is being sold, the asset is going down. I had asset worth 50,000 or 5 lakh rupees. I have sold it. So that asset is gone out of the business now. Right? So there is a reduction in the value of asset. So it becomes a capital receipt. Please be very careful. Now let's come to the answer. It's a capital receipt because money is received from sale of asset. I hope it's clear now.
Yes.
Next one. Krishna, now you're going to try the next one out, please. Rupees 5,000 received from a customer whose account was previously written off as bad debt. Bad debt is something which was considered that it is gone, it is a loss. But now I have recovered that money from the customer. So will it be a revenue receipt or a capital receipt?
Revenue.
Revenue receipt. Why, Krishna? Whatever you say, please give a reason for it.
Ma'am, because we recovered the money.
We have recovered the money, and it obviously is only increasing the income of the business. What happened? Why is this not? Okay. Revenue received because the debt was written off as a revenue loss. Great. Please put on your video. Do not go off suddenly. Krishna, I want your video on. Meet.
Yes,
Next one. A grant of 2 lakh received from the state government for constructing a library for the welfare of employees. Meet, what will it be?
Capital.
Why?
Because the amount is received to like make something.
Whenever we are obviously incurring a big amount to construct an asset then obviously it comes under a capital receipt. Next one. Avani, a grant of 2 lakh received from issue of shares. I am issuing shares. Capital. Issue of shares is nothing but capital being raised. Increase in capital means you are creating a liability for the firm. Zara, compensation of 50,000 received from a customer who cancelled a contract prematurely. I'm getting a compensation from the customer. Compensation will come under what? Capital or revenue?
Revenue.
Sorry, I'm not being able to hear.
Revenue.
Revenue, good. It's a revenue receipt because it is nothing but amount received is in substitution of a future income. Last one, 12,000 received from sale of an old machine. Muskan.
Ma'am, she is not here.
Not here means where is she gone?
She got disconnected, I guess.
Okay, so what will it be? 12,000 received from
Capital.
sale? Capital.
From
Because money is received from sale of asset. Tell me, anything, anyone has anything to ask? Not understanding, not clear? Please ask your questions. I'm ready to answer them. Otherwise, I'll go to the next part, assuming that everyone has understood. Clear? Nothing to ask? Great. Next, we come to capital and revenue losses. Okay, we finished capital expenditure, we did revenue expenditure, we did deferred revenue expenditure, then we did capital and revenue receipts. Now we come to capital losses and revenue losses. Okay, this is just more on the general knowledge side because this part generally is not asked in the exam. But I'm still making you do as precautionary that in case it comes, you should know. Okay. Till now, mostly questions either come from expenditure or receipt. Capital losses are losses not related with the normal course of business. Like loss, when I bought a share or a debenture and I got a loss on it. Or when I sold a fixed asset, a loss got incurred. Loss on fixed asset because of some fire or accident. Loss done by theft after the business hours, not on the normal course of the business. All that comes under capital loss. On the other hand, what are revenue losses? Losses incurred within the normal course of the business, like a bad debt, a debt which was not recovered, okay? Or loss of stock by theft. Someone came, the cashier was sitting and the cash was taken away. A theft took away. Or a misappropriation of cash done by any employee. Some employee cheated the employer and took away some cash during the business course, normal course of business. All that comes under revenue loss. So if it is not within the normal course of business, by selling any asset if you're incurring a loss or by issuing a share or a debenture, then it becomes a capital loss. Anything to ask? This is very easy, that when loss is taking place during the course of business and not during the course of business. So if it is during the course of business, which loss will it be, revenue or capital?
Revenue.
Revenue. And if it is not during the course of business, by selling a fixed asset or by loss after business hours, then which loss it is?
capital.
capital loss. Let's do the next one. Now, we will start this time with, let's see, okay, Muskan, she's come back. She'll answer the first one. State giving reasons whether they are capital losses or revenue losses. Theft of cash by cashier during business hour and after business hour. During business hour is which loss and after business hour is which?
During business hours is revenue,
Okay.
and after business hours it's capital.
Let's see, she right? Theft of cash during business hours is revenue and after is capital. Very good. Next one, Avani. A machine costing 40,000. Okay, it had a written down value of 2,000 and it is sold for 30,000. So what will it come under?
Capital.
2,000 is the difference between the written down value and sale price of the machine. So it's a capital.
Ma'am, it is not 2,000, it is 32,000.
Yes. Then a part of the factory's building worth 60,000 destroyed by earthquake. What will it come under?
Ma'am,
Ma'am.
capital loss because a
Capital
fixed
because
asset
it's
has been
One by
destroyed.
one. Yes, Divyata, I'm listening. Tell.
Capital loss because the fixed asset has been destroyed.
Okay, very good. Just a second. Next one. Amount of 50,000 deposited as security. Okay. It was forfeited as the firm could not carry out the contract as per the terms and conditions of the tender. I had deposited 50,000 as a security, but it was forfeited as the firm could not carry out the contract. What will it come as? Revenue loss or capital loss?
Ma'am, revenue.
Why?
Because the contract is a normal course of business.
Okay, let's see if you're correct or not.
Ma'am, capital, I guess.
No, she's correct. It is, if you look at it, is a revenue loss because it is connected with and it is incidental to the normal course of the business. Here, if you're looking, when I have taken an amount of 50,000 and I've deposited as security, it was forfeited. Forfeited means what? We did not receive it as the firm could not carry out the contract as per the terms and conditions. Because it has happened within the normal course of business, so this loss would be considered as a revenue loss. Last but not the least, a debtor owing
Ma'am, can I-
20,000 to the firm became insolvent.
Revenue.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, revenue.
Revenue
Ma'am,
loss.
revenue.
Why so?
Because
Bad debt.
it is an account of
Bad
bad
debt.
debt.
It's an account of bad debt. And bad debt, of course, is nothing but in the normal course of business. Very, very good. So I think till now, revenue losses and capital losses are clear to each one. Anything to ask anyone? Can we go
Yes.
to the next part? Okay.
yes,
excellent.
ma'am.
Then we come to the last part of the chapter, that is capital profit and revenue profits. Capital profits. What are capital profits? They refer to profits earned on sale of fixed assets and in connection with the issue of shares and debentures. So whenever I'm selling a fixed asset, okay, I may obviously say the asset's value was for 30,000. I sold the asset for 40,000. So what happens to that 10,000 difference? It becomes a capital profit for me. Even when shares are issued at a premium, the amount of premium becomes a capital profit. What is premium? Anyone knows? Share being issued at a premium. Premium means what? Can anyone try? Okay. Say I have issued a share at say 1,000 rupees and I'm receiving some premium amount on it. Okay. There is some profit on it. Say when the share was issued at 1,000 rupees, but by the time when I have earned money on it, now when I'm trying to redeem the share, I'm getting say 1,500. So that 500 or that extra amount which you're earning on the share means it is being issued at a premium. Revenue profit means profit earned in the normal course of business. For example, if goods are costing of 50,000 rupees, they are being sold at 60,000. So that 10,000 becomes your revenue profit. Krishna, please put your video on. Zara, put your videos on. Otherwise, you all will not know what I'm doing. Okay? Please
Ma'am.
pay attention to the class. Right.
Ma'am, I didn't understand capital profit.
You did not understand capital profit. Okay, let's take one more example. Let's take any fixed asset. Say the asset's value, or say, let's take a machinery. Okay? Machinery in my firm is costing now 40,000 rupees, Krishna. Okay? And that machinery I am selling now for 50,000 rupees. Now, when that asset is being sold, machinery is what for my firm? It's an asset for my firm.
Yes.
Right, Meet? So when that asset is being sold, okay, that 10,000 which is coming becomes a capital profit for the firm. Is it clear now? Meet, are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's take some more examples. It will become more clear to you. Yes, Muskan, tell me your question.
Ma'am, I'm not understanding revenue.
You're not understanding revenue profit. Revenue profit means profits earned in the normal course of business. Like in a day-to-day business, I'm constantly selling goods and services. Say I have prepared some raw materials because of which I'm making finished goods. I'm constantly selling on day-to-day basis. On that, when I'm earning some money, okay, it is not, there is no sale of asset being taking place. There is no shares being issued at any premium. There is no capital being raised in any way. But still I am earning some amount of profit from my day-to-day business. Say through interest, through dividend, through some earnings, by selling some goods and services. All those profits come under revenue profit.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Clear? Okay, let's do one illustration. Okay. Who's going to start the first one? Divyata, would you like to start? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
50,000 received as premium on issue of shares. I'm getting
Capital
some
profit.
premium. Yes?
Capital profit because the amount of premium is connected with share capital.
Correct. Great. Goods purchased for 1 lakh sold at 1,30,000.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, me, try.
Revenue?
Revenue, because it's in the normal course of the business.
Okay.
Machinery costing 1 lakh rupees, it has a written down value of 80,000, but it is sold for 85,000. What is written down value? Anyone knows? My original cost price of the machine was 1 lakh. Okay, with usage, we know that every asset when we use, okay, it starts depreciating. So it has a written down value that when I would sell it, it would be, I should at least get 80,000 on it, but I got 85,000. So how much profit did I make?
5,000.
5,000. Excellent. 5,000 is the profit. Now this profit which I'm making, it is capital profit or revenue profit?
Capital, because sale of fixed asset.
Okay, let's see if he's correct. 5,000 is the difference between the sale price and book value, and it is capital profit because it is received on sale of fixed asset. Next one, a go down having a book value of 20,000 is demolished to construct an office. The material of the demolished go down now is sold for 8,000 rupees. So what will it be? Now I have a go down. Okay, go down's book value was how much? 20,000. Now this go down is getting demolished. You know the meaning of getting demolished?
Taken down.
What is the meaning of getting demolished? Anyone?
That it is being broken down.
Yeah, it is broken and it will be reconstructed. So it's demolished. The material of this go down is sold for 8,000 rupees. So now what is 20,000 here and what is 8,000?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes, Muskan, try.
Ma'am, 20,000 is capital loss.
Why?
Ma'am,
What is the
because
loss?
the go down is broken down, so the money invested is type of waste.
Right. So 20,000 is capital loss. And what happens to the 8,000 rupees?
It is capital profit
8,000 will be capital profit. Why so?
because it is a sale of a fixed asset.
Yes, this here it's not actually sale of a fixed asset, but yes, we can say that the asset from which we had incurred a loss, that money, we had already incurred a loss of 20,000. But after selling all that material, I still got 8,000, which can be again reused further. Clear? That's why it's a capital profit. Debenture of 1 lakh. Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, it's revenue.
Debenture of 1 lakh redeemed at a discount of 10,000. That's the one you are answering, Krishna.
Yes, ma'am.
Why
Yes,
so?
ma'am.
It is redeemed at a discount of 10,000. Why?
Uh,
Ma'am,
Yes.
it is capital profit
Hmm.
because the
Debenture is what for the company? Debenture is nothing but a generally
Liability.
debentures
Liability.
dealing with debts. We will learn about debentures later. I know you all don't have much idea about shares and debentures. When we do issue of finance, we will discuss about debentures and shares. But debenture is a debt fund. Understand that much, okay? So whenever a debt fund is being redeemed at a discount, obviously, if you're giving a discount on any debt fund, that is a benefit for the company. That is why it becomes treated as a capital profit. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm just going back to the recap of the full chapter and we will discuss the whole thing once more. And you tell me what problems you are facing and what you are not.
Ma'am,
1 second. Just a second, Divyata.
ma'am, the projects.
Projects I will be discussing. In the coming class, I will be giving you the topic for the project. Okay, first one I have decided we'll be doing on advertising and second one on recruitment. Okay, so I will be giving all the details regarding it. Okay, so first we spoke about what is a capital expenditure and what is a revenue expenditure. Okay, who can tell me what's a capital expenditure? Let's start.
ma'am,
Who's starting for me? Come on.
Divyata.
Okay, tell me.
Ma'am, capital expenditure means the expenditure of which the benefit is not exhausted within the current year but enjoyed over a long period of time.
Okay.
It is non-recurring in nature.
Okay,
Result
very
in
good.
acquisition
Ma'am,
of current
capital
assets.
is something that we invest.
Okay, but here we are speaking about capital expenditure. We are not speaking about capital as in term. Okay, so it is non-recurring in nature. The first point is absolutely correct. And you also said that it is, what did we say? That it is, benefit is not exhausted within the current year, but it is enjoyed over a period of time. And most importantly, please understand, it results in the acquisition of permanent assets. This is very, very important part. Okay, property acquired with help of capital expenditures utilized by the business for a long period of time. Okay, next, also I told you that it helps to do what? That all expenditures required to acquire or increase the value of the asset and its benefit. Remember, you're using the benefit in the years to come. And where is it recorded? Capital expenditure in the balance sheet or in the trading and profit and loss account?
Asset side of the balance sheet.
Asset side of the balance sheet. Very good. Then we did one video I had shown you. I'm not going through the videos again because you've seen all of them. Then we did all the ones which can be the features of capital expenditure, what all can be treated as capital expenditure. We had discussed all in details. What about goodwill, intangible assets? They come under capital expenditure or revenue expenditure?
Capital.
Capital expenditure. Okay. Muskan, Avni, more participation I want. Zara, Meet, everyone, please be a little more participative and answer questions when I'm asking. Then what is revenue expenditure, Avni? Can you say?
Revenue expenditure means the expenditure which has which is exhausted within the current year.
The benefit of which is exhausted within the current year. It does not add any earning capacity to the business, and neither are we acquiring any permanent assets with it. Revenue expenditures are incurred for meeting day-to-day requirements of the business. Okay, like paying rent. Okay, that becomes or say money paid for advertisement, money paid for electricity charges. All those come under revenue expenditures. Okay, utility expenses. Then we saw a video on revenue expenditure. Okay, we had discussed it in details. Then we did the expenses incurred for day-to-day running of the business, for upkeep of assets. All this we had discussed. Then we saw another video I had discussed with the determination of whether it is a capital expenditure or a revenue expenditure. Okay. Then we did the basis of distinction. This I said is very important. Many times it comes as a 2 marker also. The difference between a capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Zara, can you give me 2 differences between capital and revenue expenditure?
Period of benefit more than 1 year, only the current accounting year.
Okay.
Later, non-recurring, and in revenue it's recurring.
Okay. Then we spoke about the different illustrations I showed you of capital and revenue. Incorporation of a company was which one? Who remembers? Capital or revenue? When I spent money to incorporate a business or incorporate a company, who can try and tell me quickly? Me?
Capital.
Correct. All this we had already discussed, I remember. What about wages? 300 paid as wages for erection of a new machine. What was this?
Revenue expenditure.
Erection of new
Revenue.
machine was which one? Revenue or capital? Capital. Whenever, because this machine is going to give me benefit for future years and we are making the asset ready to use later. Okay. Repair cost was under which one? Revenue or capital? Revenue. Okay. So these we had discussed, all these. Then we spoke about, if you remember, more illustrations I had done with you, many of these. Then we spoke about deferred revenue expenditure. Who's going to tell me the definition of deferred? Krishna, what is deferred revenue? Krishna, please put on your video. Yes.
Deferred revenue expenditure refers to the revenue expenses, the benefit of which extends beyond the current accounting year.
Correct. And however, how is it different from capital expenditure? Does it result in acquisition of permanent assets? Sorry, I did not hear you. What you were saying?
Result in the acquisition of permanent assets.
It does not result in the acquisition of any permanent assets, any heavy expenditures like advertisement expenditure. Generally, it comes as a revenue expenditure. But if it is a heavy advertisement expenditure incurred to introduce a new product in the market, okay, or expenses say on advertisement incurred which are shown in a local cinema theater whose benefit is beyond one accounting year, then it becomes a deferred. Deferred means delayed, okay, for more than 1 year. So it's a deferred revenue expenditure. Heavy repairs, expenses incurred to remove the businesses to a more convenient place, research and developmental expenses, even preliminary expenses, they all come under deferred revenue expenditures. Then we had done some illustrations here also. Okay, what about advertisement expenses of 25,000 incurred for launching a new product in the market? Yes, Muskan, you have a question.
It's deferred revenue.
It's deferred revenue. Yes, Muskan, you wanted to ask.
Ma'am, some part of deferred revenue I'm not understanding.
Okay, which part? Tell me what is not clear. Should I go back to the slide?
Ma'am, exactly, I can't tell, but ma'am, some part I'm not understanding.
See, deferred is basically, see, it is considered, it is also a type of revenue expenditure. Please understand that. So it refers to a revenue expense, but a capital expenditure, the benefit is what? Normally a revenue expenditure, the benefit is exhausted within the accounting year. Okay, so it has one feature like capital expenditure because the benefit is extending beyond the current accounting year. Correct? But at the same time, capital expenditure results in what? Acquisition of permanent asset. That is not happening in a deferred revenue expenditure. No asset is being increased. It is not increasing it is not bringing about an increase in the acquisition of a permanent asset. They are heavy expenditures which are being incurred, but the benefit is not within the current accounting year. I did a repair of some 1,000 rupees whose benefit I'm incurring or enjoying only in this year, then that becomes a revenue expenditure. But if that expenditure goes beyond such that its benefit is being exhausted in more than 1 year, say let's take an advertising expenditure. Okay, I launched a product in the market. Now when I launched, I incurred a huge advertisement expenditure.